Poor Hillary. This email scandal is like a stalking intern, waiting in the rain, in tears, refusing to relinquish the connection. What about me, it asks. Didn't we have something? Turns out they did. 2 of 4 classified emails from her private server had material of the highest security classification. The FBI's got him now, which can't be good. For Hillary was already less trustworthy than a toothless carny running the ring toss. Now this new info exposes her lie of having no classified info. Scary, since she had no encryption. Now she's an ignorant Snowden, leaking like a dog at a hydrant factory. Given John Kerry's belief that the Chinese reads our emails, they must read hers too. And based on the classification level, this is the cream of the intel crop. So like her husband, after the diner closes, she turned the server over. But not before scrubbing them like a soiled dress. She claims she's cooperating, but by that logic, a coke dealer also cooperates when he flushes the goods down the toilet. And so from the Russian reset to the Benghazi lie to disrespecting classified info, if she's a statesman, I'm an L.A. Laker. This incompetent hack couldn't organize a game of Foursquare with Guam. Her foreign policy is all foreign, no policy. She's behind more failures than Kickstarter. Having her run for president on world affairs, it's like having Anthony Weiner run on virtue. But then again, Weiner only exposed himself. Hill exposes our security to the world, which is far, far deadlier. If only she could blame that on a video. All right, I want to play this SOT. This is the funniest thing I heard all day. This is from Anita Kumar, a McClatchy reporter. She's talking about the investigation. Roll it, please.
There are several investigations into her conduct, not into her, but into her use of personal email and a personal server.
So, KG, I love this. That's like saying we're looking into the person's criminal acts, but not the criminal.
But not to Hillary.
Yes.
Don't confuse that. We don't want to get calls from her staff. I mean, it's unbelievable. And again, when you look at the comparisons to like what happened to General Petraeus, why she literally could go to jail over this, but yet she wants to be president of the United States.
No way, you're dreaming. Absolutely dreaming. There is no crime here that they have even come close to alleging. Okay. And you can't compare it to General Petraeus. General Petraeus knowingly left secret information in his desk, knowing it would be passed. Let me finish my sentence. Knowing it would be passed on to his biographer, Paula Broadwell, who did not have security clearance. He or she is communicating with her staffer, number one. There's no intent communicating with her staffer, and there is absolutely no indication of a crime.
How do you know?
That's why the FBI is investigating.
Right. The FBI took the server and took the thumb drive because we don't know. She told us there wasn't anything classified. Now we know this. Now, hold on. Now you let me finish.
This is like the Benghazi BS about the stand-down order. There's nothing there.
We know that there is not only classified material, we know that there is now top secret, which is the highest risk classification that the FBI has.
Hold
on. A lot of them are. Wait. Can I just please, Geraldo, not all of them are classified when they're emails.
But Geraldo, you're saying you know what's on these literally millions of emails. You know already. Petraeus we know because they found out, they went through the stuff. They just turned it over, and you're saying there's nothing
you don't think Trey Gowdy would have told us what he already saw?
There's a good chance
if he had anything.
There's not only stuff that's classified on there and she lied about and knew about it lying. There might be some stuff. There might be something about Benghazi on there,
too. Lie. She lied. She lied to America. She lied when she said there was no classified information. She lied when the server would remain private.
Right.
What else do you need?
She said she turned over all the work
she turned it over to someone who had security.
A lot of this stuff is never marked secret until then.
Geraldo, if this is top secret, right? So there's classified, there's secret, and top secret. Top secret is the highest level, posing the gravest danger to America, right? To national security. So we've got at least 2 right now that are top secret, these information. Let me just finish this. She either knew about it and hid it, or if she didn't know about it, that's even worse.
Right.
That someone who is Secretary of State and wants to be Commander-in-Chief doesn't know what is so top secret, it's grave danger to America.
I'm Hillary, I have a secret clearance. You're the aide, you have secret clearance. I give you the document. That's not passing secrets to someone who is not classified.
If the Chinese hacker did it.
Yeah.
If the Chinese
According to John Kerry, the
Yes.
Chinese and the Russians are reading it.
They're reading it even if it's on the State Department server.
So it's okay that she broke the law then?
Well, they were reading hers and they had direct access to it because she didn't have the
you've
proper
got 2 humps on your back because you're carrying a lot of water.
Yeah, I know.
Dana, much of this classified info originated with the CIA. This is pretty scary.
It usually does, right?
Yes.
And so, like, it is. I think you got to step back from just that it's the classified piece. One, Trey Gowda, you mentioned, who's the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, is doing the investigation of Benghazi. The only reason we know about Hillary Clinton's server is because of the Benghazi investigation, of which Trey Gowda says, oh,
that is
wait,
true.
you have a private server? Who has a private server when you're the cabinet secretary in an administration? Who are the people within the administration who also exercise extremely poor judgment and think it's okay to send classified information to a Hotmail account or Clinton email account?
True, but no crime.
Well, I think that is why there's an investigation. The FBI doesn't do these things lightly, and I think that the fact that she is such a poor decision maker is what's giving the pause. And also, by the way, Sidney Blumenthal is not a government employee. Sidney Blumenthal was getting information from them, and he was advising her
Sidney
on
Blumenthal
Libya.
was giving information. He wasn't getting
That's not true. If you read the
Why not you focus on the real scandal involving Hillary Clinton? She totally blew the Iraq war. That's the scandal involving Secretary Clinton.
That's the turn.
That's the real
Hillary
issue.
Clinton does not.
Don't blame her for emails.
This is a bunch of sound and
signifying
almost
emails
nothing.
are cool.
I'm pretty sure
almost nothing.
I'm pretty sure you don't even have to prove that Hillary Clinton knew that she was transferring top secret information. If she was negligent and it got transferred, she can still be prosecuted criminally.
Can I throw to a shot here so we can talk about the illegality? We have a judge who actually works here, Judge Napolitano, who could probably explain this better than all of us.
Listen.
The government has three classifications. The highest is top secret, meaning if it's revealed, it could cause grave harm to national security. The middle is secret, meaning if it's revealed, it could cause serious harm to national security. The bottom is confidential, meaning if it's revealed, it could cause some harm to national security. General Petraeus was indicted, prosecuted, and convicted for having confidential, the lowest level materials in a desk drawer in his house. Mrs. Clinton, it has now been revealed, had top secret materials in the server in her barn at Chappaqua.
Nice soundbite, incomplete. The question of intent is paramount, and the question of the classification of the person to whom the document was revealed is also paramount. That is the story.
Dana, you had a clearance.
Well, I had the top secret clearance as White House press secretary. I actually wasn't allowed to have classified information on my computer.
Yeah.
I had to go, if I wanted to do something on a classified computer, I had to get up, walk downstairs to the Situation Room, log on, and do it that way. I usually didn't do it because, as she said, it's inconvenient. So what I did is I waited for the hard copy, which came around in a very secure envelope, and I was responsible for the document. I had to handle it properly. I couldn't leave it out on my desk. I had to destroy. And the thing is, she wants to be the chief executive officer of the United States of America and be in charge of all government employees. Is she going to be comfortable with people saying, "Oh, by the way, I have a private server in my garage. You're cool with that?"
Yeah, she
mishandled. Well, she mishandled. Yeah, she'd be terrible. Fired in one day.
Yes.
I mean, she's mishandled grotesquely. Top secret information that's classified, yet she wants to be entrusted with the national security and the safety of the United States of America. Wow, is she woefully inept and not qualified for this job.
And surrounded by people with bad judgment.
Well, absolutely. And the Wizard of Oz, Sidney Blumenthal, advising her. The whole thing is bizarre. Why do you have no problem with this?
How can you not address the central fact that the document was not classified as
That's
secret
not what the Inspector General said.
That's not
the fact.
And you don't even know that. You don't even know that, Geraldo. You don't even know that. We're talking about.
That is what Hillary Clinton alleges that, and everybody
But the Inspector General spokesperson is on record saying that is not true. With at least 2 of the 4 emails out of the 30,000 they looked at, not of the millions of emails that they have. That's why there's going to be an investigation. And the great thing is that instead of actually talking about all of her policies, she's going to be dragged down by this because she can't get her message out because this was caused by her. Her decision to have a private server, her decision to have that run out of her house, her decision to tell the American people, I went through the documents.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to decide. I'm not going to turn it over.
This has one impact, and the impact is to erode her general trustworthiness, because even if, like the Benghazi stand-down order that never was given, even with that fake scandal, it erodes her trustworthiness.
There's no trustworthiness
and that's where
left.
it will have an
There's
impact.
nothing left.
But to suggest that she has violated the Espionage Act or any of those top secret
reward her with the presidency of the United States. She screwed this up so bad she might as well be playing for the other team.
You know what I
it's true.
But the point is,
but you know what? It is true. I think it's quite accurate. I think it's quite accurate because she compromised the United States national security, and she's reckless.
It's one of two things. She either lied about it and she knew that it was classified, or at least was negligent and allowed classified material to get to leak, or she didn't know, and that's even worse because the command. I will tell you that there are thousands upon people who aren't even at her level, State Department cabinet head, well below them, who know enough to not have classified or highly sensitive material in their possession. Don't even do it.
She went to Iraq one time in her tenure as Secretary of State. She allowed the government of Iraq to become polluted and to fall after we withdrew the troops. Stick to the real issues, Eric. If you want to beat her, there's plenty of substance to beat her on. To beat her on this crap,
I think she's beat herself.
Biden 2016.
Exactly. That's why.
You mentioned Anthony Weiner. Anthony Weiner's a real issue, sending selfies of his personal parts. That's a selfie.
Thank God you don't do that, Geraldo.
I actually think that breaking federal law is worse than that.
What are you looking at?
I've seen it. I mean, the towel.
Geraldo's only shirtless.
Selfie.
This is not a partisan thing. I want her to be the nominee. I want her to be the nominee. I don't want her
monologue
derailed.
of yours. That's not personal.
No. I think it's great that they still keep her. Wouldn't it be great for the Republicans?
Yeah.
I'd like to see her
You wouldn't prefer
debate.
Bernie Sanders?
He's a lovely man.